Hello, everyone. It's me, Siobhan, your best friend. This is the long haul. It's a celebration of simulation. I don't normally have an intro. I don't know why I'm doing an intro that doesn't exist. Anyway, I'm a funny plushie, and we're gonna drive trains today. I would like to thank Spryly. I don't know if Spryly's here yet or is going to be here tonight. I'd like to thank Spryly for making funny pasta. Funny pasta real. Hi, Jaunt. Train game finally. Jaunt is the one who gave me the copy of the game that I have. I'm gonna switch the thingy over here. Yeah, there we go. Hello. It's me, the funniest plushie of all. Thanks for showing up, Past Cool. Never been more simultaneously comforted and uncomfortable by the idea of multiple people tucking you into bed. Well, I'm a plush, and plushes are good at helping people do sleep. That's my hot take. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Okay, so yeah, thanks to Spryly for funny pasta, and thanks also to Tammy. I'm gonna pull the thingy up here. Um, Tammy has been talking for basically the entire time I've been doing this show at this point about about making a real life plushie of me, and for some reason I'm having so much trouble finding Tammy in chat right now. There they are. So I'm just gonna quickly pull up and put on stream what has been made so far. Here we go. I got it. So yeah, I'm bald. I'm bald. This is bald Shiv. Uh, but oh my gosh, it's so incredible. Hey Shachi, how you doing, Shachi? It's nice to see you. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's me. It's me in real. It's me in real. Wow. I'm so excited about it. Apparently, Temmie is Little Cubes and Tea in the chat. For those who don't know, apparently Temmie ran out of the yarn, the colored yarn. So no big tail or anything yet. But gosh, goodness, golly, gosh, geez, darn, it's it's so wonderful. Also, toe beans, toe beans. Ugh, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Okay, I can play a video game now. I just had to get those two things out of the way. I'm gonna show Funny Pasta one more time real quick. Funny Pasta. Funny Pasta is also real. You can't post toes on twitch.tv? Too bad I did. I did it already. Alright. So yeah, this is Train Simulator Classic. Um it is a game that's got a whole lot going on because it's pretty pretty realistic simulation kind of game. Realizing now that the chat looks awful on on this background, I probably should have thought about that before the stream. Um, can I just can I make a I just I'm trying to do something real quick on the fly. It's the stream's gonna look weird. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna put a black box and then hopefully there's a way to make the black box transparent in OBS. But I'm gonna put the chat on top of the black box. Move to bottom. Oh, not the quite that bottom though. First attempts at plushie weren't too great. The yard frayed too much and it wasn't usable. You ordered more though? That's so cool. That's amazing. It's amazing that you did this at all. Okay, maybe there isn't a way to make this transparent. Maybe I have to do that in a different program, and I'm not gonna like bother with that right now. Um, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with this too much. I just was hoping that I could quickly make a transparent box, but apparently not. Yeah, I do need a chat box. You don't have to do more branding stuff for me, but I would appreciate it. Thank you, John. Okay. Yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of the box. So chat might not be super visible. It happens. It happens. It's happened in the last couple of games, honestly. So yeah, we just got some trains to drive. There's a lot to do. I have spent approximately 40 hours doing one scenario over and over and always getting the exact same things wrong. That would be this one. I've been trying very hard to get this one right, but there's just so much going on in it that I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop in here. I think I have so many choices here. Is the thing. Like we could go to Frankfurt. We could go to Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden. I have a couple of routes in the UK. This is a route in the UK. Gosh, any preferences? This is DC to Baltimore. Any preferences from y'all? Or if not, I'll pick the passenger train up at the very top here because the iced tea is fun to drive, and passenger trains are also fun. You did hear me mention Baltimore. You're from Baltimore, aren't you? Yeah, I have the train route. I believe it's an Amtrak train. I don't know the name of the train offhand. I have the train route from Washington D.C. to Baltimore, though. Yeah, these are Amtrak trains. I'm not entirely sure. None of these scenarios, unfortunately, seem to do the whole thing. I don't think. Let's see, Baltimore Penn Station to Washington Union Station. We could do that. What's the funniest train name? There is a train called the Ice Tea. I think that's a pretty funny train name. The Acela is the high speed one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one is during a severe thunderstorm. I'm not going to do that one. That seems really hard. But I can try this one out. Let's go from Washington to Baltimore. I was planning on maybe trying to do a longer one. Union to Penn would be awesome. I think my mom rode that to work back in the day when the Mark wasn't an option. Very cool. Let's do it. I like how almost everyone in the chat I call a different name than the name that their Twitch account has. I just think that's fun. Good morning, engineer. Or good afternoon, engineer. Today you'll be operating Northeast Regional number 171 en route to Washington Union Station. My phone is buzzing so much. Sorry, I'm gonna mute my phone. I do this every stream. My phone starts buzzing and then I have to mute it. Okay. It is muted. First Baltimore, and if we have time, maybe iced tea. That would be, yeah, that would be wonderful. You're scheduled to depart Baltimore at 15:32, so ensure your train is ready to leave at that time. However, do not depart until instructed by the conductor. The commuter train in front of you just reported a group of kids trespassing at the southern portal of the B&P tunnel, so stay vigilant and report any findings to CETC2 train dispatcher. Good to know. Looks like I haven't driven this train, by the way. I don't actually know how this train works. They all work somewhat similarly, but yeah, we've got the reverser set to forward. The brakes are on suppression. Do I need to pick up passengers here? Yes, I do. We'll open up the doors. So yeah, we've got, fully functional stops and stuff here. People don't actually walk into the trains, they just sort of fade into it, unfortunately. But yeah. Conductor's probably worrying about passengers. Nope. Yeah, it's a real Amtrak. There's a cafe car in here and everything. Look at that. This isn't even like a distance train, really. It's a pretty short train, but they have a cafe car. That's cool. Northwest Regional 171 ready to depart Baltimore. Proceed on signal indication. Okay. So I'm gonna get the brakes turned off there. Oh, that is a fancy MFD. Shows you effort for okay. Okay, so we are... I probably should have looked at the map before I started the train moving. Okay, so we're right there. And we're heading... Okay, our next thing that we're going through is a pretty far way on. And I should be keeping an eye out for the signal that's coming up. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, let the kids play on the train tracks, I think. I think that they want me to snitch on these children, and I won't be doing it. I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked at this route at all. I don't even know how the signals work. That is a signal. I assume it would have... You know what? This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna pull up the manual for this route. I shouldn't just make assumptions about what signals mean, because then I might derail a train, and we don't want that. I'm just gonna pull up the route manual on my second monitor so I can see what the signals mean in this area. Because for some reason across the US they are not standardized, which is super cool, I think. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing a list of signal states in here. Uh-oh. An engineer should be well informed. Yeah, I've been mostly driving freight trains in Germany and on the Sherman Hill route, which I forget what state that's in, but that's a Union Pacific train route. Okay. I don't know how to tell you all this, but there is no list of signals in here. Yeah, no, there's no list of signals. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure it out. We're just gonna have to see how this goes. See, I see a green signal up ahead here, so I know we're good there. And I believe we're all on... Yeah, this is all automatic switching track. I don't have to worry about manually turning us over to the correct track and everything. Hopefully they're intuitive. Yes. Generally, I know you've made this joke before, but the autism tag while playing Train Simulator is the most stereotypical thing, and I love that. I am basking. I am basking in my stereotype. I am absolutely just soaking in it. This is a neat little tunnel. Autism Joy. You know, I haven't gone through this many tunnels before. It looks like this is like kind of gonna be several tunnels. Oop, I'm speeding. Don't want to do that. I will get docked points if I speed. The UI underneath there is, it's pretty ugly, but yeah, the cab light was off. I was like, why is it so dark? Why is it so dark? The UI at the bottom of the screen is pretty ugly, but it's not as ugly as this one. But I'm gonna, yeah, leave it up because it is very useful. Autism, joy, peace, and love. I just like to ride trains, which is great because I'm here riding one now. Yeah. We can even ride in a passenger car if we want. Yeah, there are a lot of rail tunnels in Baltimore, especially for freight lines. I see. But if you've ever been on this train, my understanding is that these routes are fairly accurate, like pretty much across the board. Oh, I'm speeding. I am speeding. It is so easy to accidentally speed. I have to word myself carefully because Twitch will flag me. I have autism too, and I love the environment of planes and trains. I love this. I also love the environment of planes and trains. Okay, so yeah, let's look around our cab here, see what we got. That's an alert reset, which we don't currently have the alerter on, so we don't need to worry about. What that'll do is that'll yell at us every 30 seconds as long as the controls haven't been interacted with, to ensure that the engineer is paying attention. Oh, that's the pantograph. Whoops. Whoops, I forgot what a pantograph was for a second there. That's the thing that connects the train to the electrical line. You don't want to turn that off. You definitely don't want to turn that one off. Let's see. I generally, if I can, like to have the lights in the cab off, but instrument lights turned on. And I think... Oh. Why am I getting wheel slip? Excuse me? I think I really goofed something up there. Um, I can't look back at the message. I was getting wheel slip because my throttle somehow got switched completely into reverse. I'm not entirely clear on what happened there or how that happened. It was all the way in the reverse is reversed. The little sparks from the pantograph on this line seem a little dangerous. Okay. Imagine you're trying to go to work and the conductor just turns the train off and sits in a tunnel. Yeah. Anyway, we're learning. Like I said, the manual has very little information for this route for some reason. So we're just kind of figuring it out as we go. That's windshield wipers, windshield heat, headlights, which we do have on. Okay, so the alerter is apparently turned on now. So now I do have to press that every 30 seconds when that light comes on. The train needs a nap. Sometimes the train needs a nap. We can accelerate up to 55 now. Sleepy Time Junction. God, that is like a thing, right? Sleepy Time Junction. I cannot remember what it's from, but there's like a song, I think, associated with it. We're getting up to 45. Oh, now we can accelerate to 55. Hello, Tia. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Cutie XE, feel free to tell us your train trip story if you'd like. I'm probably gonna play a lot more of this game on stream because it's kind of what I've been into these days more than or this last week or so, more than Truck Simulator, which was kind of originally the game I was gonna play all the time on long haul, but I've been playing a lot of other different things too. Oh, now we can get up to 110, but we're gonna have to slow down to 90. But as long as we're below 90, we can accelerate as much as we want. Oh, it is a Game Grumps thing, isn't it? The Sleepy Time Junction. I remember now. I think I'm going to save my train story to be told with my voice and not over text. Fair enough. That is perfectly valid. We've still got green lights. You love to see it. Haunted by Phantom of Gamers. Perhaps when you and I are playing some sort of game linked together. Gosh, I wonder when or how that could possibly happen. Goodness golly, I wonder. I don't like the alerters in the American trains. I feel like they just all come on at once. Rather than the German ones that I've been driving mostly, it lights up and gives you a few seconds to press the button before it starts actually beeping an alarm at you. Shining Time Station was this package program used to show Thomas and friends in the United States early on. Right. I do know about Shining Time Station. I do know about Shining Time Station. Words are hard sometimes. We're up to 90. We're going fast. Did not know about Game Grumps. Yeah, Game Grumps is a thing. Let's not talk too much about Game Grumps. I wish I knew less about Game Grumps. Yeah, I get that. Episode 0 went more or less smoothly today. It went silly a few times, which is to be expected. Yeah, I'm glad that it went smoothly. I didn't get the chance to watch it. It was a little early for me. But I'm excited to maybe watch the VOD and see how that went. And let's see. We got to get to the... I assume BWI is like Baltimore West International? Is that right? What does BWI stand for? So Train Simulator seems nice and low-key fun. I gather the harder runs are more exciting. They can be, for sure. I haven't done a ton of really hard runs. I'm still kind of learning the ropes. But, you have to be a lot more careful in the rain to avoid wheel slip, because if you accelerate or brake too fast, you're going to cause problems and slide along the tracks rather than actually stopping, which is called wheel slip. That's what that means. Um, there's lots of things to consider in worse conditions, and also generally the first scenario in any given line doesn't have any traffic for you to worry about. You don't have to think about stopping the train at specific times and stuff like that. So yeah, they get a lot more exciting than this. Oh, I didn't even see that the speed limit was dropping to 90. Okay. I'm gonna get a bad rating on this because I am apparently having trouble talking and training at the same time. Oh, we're approaching that station, so I'm gonna actually keep the brakes up. Need Aster to draw a little engineer hat for your PNG when playing Train Sim. I would love if I had a little hat. I would love to have a little conductor hat for when I'm playing Train Sim. Am I gonna stop in time? I think I might have started braking too late. Nope, I think I'm gonna be okay. We'll lower the amount of brakes we're applying so that we can actually get the entire train on the platform. Trucker hat for Hat Simulator. Pressure washing hat. Yeah. No, like that was actually one of my initial ideas is I would give myself little outfits and hats and stuff. But unfortunately it's just too much work for my poor defenseless little stuffy brain to handle, so I haven't drawn any hats for this version of it. Okay, there we go. Now we're in there. We'll slow on down. I'm very late. I'm about a minute late, which isn't great, but you do what you can. And while we're waiting for the train to load, let's get a look around. So these are all coach class cabs. That's the cafe car. More coach. More coach. Oh. Alright. I gotta go. My PNG tuber has 0 outfits. Mario hat, famous pressure washing man Mario. That's so true. So true. My PNG tuber has 0 outfits or toggleable expressions because I simply don't have the GPU power to make any. Yeah, I don't have the stuffing in my brain is not willing to do that much art stuff. Oh, I'm getting wheel slippage. All right, I need to get moving a little faster before I push the thingy, the throttle up anymore. What? Oh no, my mic arm is being bad. My microphone flew away from me. You get CPU aches when you have to do graphic stuff. Yeah, that's so true. Goodness, I'm gonna get such a bad ranking on this. I might not even get the bronze. I'm just making so many little mistakes and losing points for it. You do actually have a score in this game, based on showing up to locations on time and not making mistakes and stuff. So I'm getting, every time that it pops up over in the bottom left area saying speeding and wheel slip and things like that, that is me getting docked points. If this game had train travel ambiance, I would be asleep instantly. Ambient noise, yeah. This do anything for you? How's this noise? Are you sleepy yet? Did that help? Don't hear much of anything from the game. Oh, that's weird. It's up fairly high. Let me up it a little more. Is that anything? It wouldn't be a long haul stream without me having to figure out the audio on the fly. I'm sorry that you're sleepy, Tia. Refreshing white noise. Okay, let's go back into here. This is the noise I was trying to get. That doing anything for you now that you can actually hear it? Is my voice fairly audible compared to the sound of the game? Because my levels, it looks really bad. Missing some low end, but I blame streaming compression. Yeah. That is just the way it is sometimes, I guess. Good balance between the game and the voice. That's good. Glad to hear it. I do really like just riding in the passenger cabs sometimes. This isn't like a super scenic route, but some of the routes have some really nice scenery. Like one of the ones I've been doing is right along the Rhine River, and that's beautiful. I may have chronic insomnia, but nothing puts me to sleep like a moving vehicle. I kind of agree. I get pretty sleepy in cars sometimes too. Tia can attest. Sometimes I just fall asleep in the passenger seat of a car on our way home from something. Nap in cars and boats and trains and planes? Hell yeah. It's not your fault that Baltimore doesn't have more scenic train routes. Come on, Shachi. You know that's not. You know that's not your fault. It's a beautiful train, though. Say what you will about Amtrak. Say what you will about Amtrak. Their trains are very good to look at with my eyeballs. Just get a nice kind of low angle there. There we go. Now that's trains. TM. I'm imagining like the That's All Folks Looney Tunes font, except it says now that's trains. We need West Coast routes. Yeah, there are some West Coast routes, I think. Does Train Simulator have any Japanese train routes? I'm gonna have to look, to be honest with you. I don't think so. Like, this game famously has hundreds of DLCs that would cost like $10,000+ to buy. So there's a very good chance that there's some routes through Japan and stuff that I just haven't seen in the list or anything. a very, very quick search. A very, very quick search doesn't show anything for Japan, but like, I was just kind of searching major cities and regions real quick. Probably should have been looking at the road instead. But yeah, I have a couple of Chinese high-speed train routes. I don't remember which, but yeah. You know what I mean. The tracks. I should have said the tracks, not the road. I want to see you do the Starlight. I'm gonna look up whether... Amtrak Coast Starlight 14. It looks like you can get the Starlight. I would have to figure out what DLCs you need to drive it. But, yeah, you can get the Amtrak Coast Starlight 14 from the looks of it. So I assume that's... What is that, like... Seattle down to San Francisco? I don't remember which train the Starlight is. I know that they just added DLC like today. Seattle to LA. I see. They just today added routes or added the Empire Builder, which is a train that goes from Seattle to Chicago. And that's probably a really cool train. That's actually a train that I would love to take. That me and Tia have talked about taking, actually. But yeah, no. I'd love to take the Empire Builder, and like, I would need $60 to get the DLC to take the Empire Builder in this game. But I can guarantee, if someone hands me $60 for that purpose, I will buy it today. And we'll fucking do it all on stream, the entire Empire Builder route. I don't know how long it takes in game. I know the time in game is real time, but I don't know if the scenarios like are accurate to the actual amount of time it takes, or if it skips part of it or what. But I will do the Empire Builder on stream if someone gives me $60 to do that. I'm begging on my hands and knees. Just kidding. Big promises. Yep. I'm all about making big promises. It's my very favorite thing to do. There are some Japanese route packs on Steam for Train Simulator Classic. Awesome. It would be cool to get some Japanese routes too, then. You observed 2 adult males trespassing on the right of way milepost 120.1. You saw 2 transfers with limits of Bowie interlocking. They were standing on the gauge of number 1 track and appeared to be adult males dressed in black. Will inform Amtrak police immediately. Amtrak police. Does Amtrak have its own police force? Amtrak police brutality? Does Amtrak do police brutality? Yeah, go ahead and send me the list, Shachi. I will happily take a look at that. I don't have money for DLC packs right now, so like if I get anything, it would have to be out of someone else's pocket. Um, but I would love to see the list. They do have a police force? Huh. Like, it's just a police force that specifically, like, patrols Amtrak routes or helps out at Amtrak routes? That's very strange. Maybe that's not that strange, but it sounds kind of strange to me. Mostly so they can operate trains that cross state lines. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Just a real good look there. If I turn the UI off, this game is just very peaceful to look at for me. But I kind of need the UI to play the game when I'm not inside of the driver's cab. Is making you snoozy. This might just be the snooziest episode of Long Haul yet. Here on Long Haul, we love to snooze and cruise. And we are cruising on this train, and we are snoozing on this train also. The Long Haul presents Snoozin' and a Cruisin'. That's exactly what I'm saying, Cutie Exie. We are snoozing and we are cruising. Sleepy time train ASMR plush included. I don't love the way this game handles zooming in. I will say that. Okay, we need to stop at this place upcoming. So we need to start slowing down. Probably don't need 75% brake strength. What beeped? That's the alerter. It's basically just a thing that yells at the driver to pay attention and press this button, or else the train will drop into emergency brakes. It's basically a safety thing to stop train conductors and engineers from falling asleep at the helm. I don't know if I'm gonna stop in time. Oh no, oh no. This is a very short platform, wow. I'm getting dinged for making the drive bad quality. The passengers don't think my train is fun to ride, because I'm not the best train driver. I'm gonna get a terrible score on this. Like we've already established that I'm gonna get a terrible score on this. I'm definitely not starting it over. I have a bad habit of in any video game I play, just starting things over from the beginning if I don't do it perfectly. But we're just gonna go right through this one. I'm gonna get a bad score and everything's gonna be fine. Brakes released and let's get moving. Definitely don't need to start at 30% throttle. I didn't intend to turn the bell on, but I did turn the bell on. There we go. I got it turned back off. Ding ding. You have a sleep-themed show to pitch to cable to at some point? I would love to hear about your sleep-themed show. Working title Sleepwalk with Me? Hell yeah. That's a good name. I'm curating a list of Dream Simulator and other strange nonsensical games to play on a potential stream show. This one's been in the works for years. Oh man, that sounds fun. I can only think of a couple of games that like kind of fit the bill there off the top of my head. I'm sure you've found many more if you've been working on this for years. That's such a cool idea though. Sorry, I'm playing with the windshield wiper button. Alright, we're going to be pulling up at Union Station in about 12-ish minutes. Actually, the ETA is telling me that we're a little bit ahead of schedule. I don't know if I would... like, Catherine is very intense to be something with dream vibes. It's definitely dream themed. It has issues. It has many issues. Oh, I forgot to mute my microphone when I was drinking water. Hopefully that didn't make a gross noise. You know, I'm noticing that there's no clock in this cab, I don't think. That's a little strange to me, for there to be no clock. I wonder if that's a game thing, or if this train just doesn't have a clock in the cab. Because I'm sure one of these MFDs, like there's 3 MFDs here, and only one of them's turned on in the game. I'm sure one of them must do that. Tia has to hop off for the night. All right, have a lovely night, Tia. Have good work. Good luck with work. I will miss you. It was nice having you. Choo choo. Accidentally turned the wipers on instead of turning the bell off. So I guess the bell on this guy automatically turns on when the horn is, when you hit the horn. Choo choo. I'm choo chooing. Oh, good lord. I need to slow down a lot. I don't know how I was supposed to see that coming up. I didn't see it on the thingy, but maybe that was just me not quite paying attention enough. Oh, is it going to force me to brake to 0? I think it is. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, my score is awful. See, if I were playing this alone and not on stream, I would have reset like 4 times by now. I wonder how you build your combo meter in this game. You gotta be really good. You don't even unlock the combo meter until you've beaten the entire game on hard mode. And when I say the entire game, I mean every single thingy. Every single good lord, what is it called? Career scenario in every single DLC. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. As I recall, the little rail lines into Union Station just stop. If you overshot one of those platforms, you would hit the bumpers. Yeah. I swear that I'm actually better at driving trains than I am right now. It's a little bit harder to do the streaming stuff at the same time while also doing a train. Which is not to say that I'm not having fun. And I hope you're having fun too. With me, the funny plushie. Just gonna accelerate up to about 40 and then ease off. Oh. It's lowering us to 30 now, so... Why wheel slip? Oh, it's forcing me to stop again. It's like the speed limit on the bottom. This is very strange. The speed limit that it's showing at the bottom is applying one signal early. And I don't know if that's by design or not. Do I need a... There we go. That was weird. It's like it's applying the speed limit one signal early, and so it's forcing me to emergency stop because I'm not slowing down enough, but I'm trying to slow down in the way that the UI at the bottom of the screen tells me I should. And again, it would be very useful if the manual for this route had information on how its signaling system worked, so I knew to do that. Because I'm sure there's like some simple signal that I'm missing that would have explained to me or told me that that's how I need to operate. So the manual for this one not having information on the signals is a little frustrating. But I'll be okay. We'll all be okay. Okay, so I'm going to start slowing down now towards 20. Because I feel like when I pass this signal, it's going to immediately try to get me to emergency brake because I'm going under 20. Or over 20. Because that's what happened the last 2 times. And I possess a very cool power, known to some as pattern recognition. That does not appear to be what's happening here, though. And despite everything, I might still make it on time. Wait, see, now it just dropped to 15 when I passed the 20 marker. Like, what on earth? If this had happened earlier in the route, then I would have been accepting it, but it didn't. Why am I still accelerating? The throttle is off. The throttle is at negative. Okay, well... This has been a slightly more stressful train ride than I wanted it to be. Train's haunted. Oh, we're on a grade. That's what it is. We're on a very slight grade. Alright, now we actually apply the real brakes instead of just the independent brakes. You've got to be careful about grade. You do, that is so true. I'm always saying that. Grade is just a fancy word for incline, if people didn't know that. Spent all my grade points in my new Game Plus to carry over my skills. I disappeared to call my partner and came back to a nervous plush. I hope the train isn't too stressful. It's okay, it's okay. I'm just a little confused by the signaling system here, which is to be expected because the manual did not include any information on how the signaling system here works. But it is okay. I'm doing all right. We got a terrible score. Cab signal aspect restricting. Maximum authorized speed, time to penalty. Huh. Interesting. Excellent work. Secure the locomotive and then your shift will be completed. And that's kind of a very bad example. Yeah, I scored 6 out of a maximum. Generally 1,000 points is the maximum. I scored 6. Yeah, it's all that stuff at the end really killed me. I probably could have gotten closer to like 500. But that whole ending sequence really wrecked me. That was a nice line though. I enjoyed that. I'll have to go through and do that one again. And then it sounded like we wanted to do the iced tea next. German signaling I know slightly more about because I've been playing a lot of this route. Or not this route, I've been playing a lot of one of the routes that's similar to this one. Connected to it. The loading times take a lot longer when the streaming software is running. Oh, all right, Shachi. It was very nice to see you in here. I hope you have a great night. Today you'll drive this iced tea service from Dresden to Leipzig. Blah, 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 blah. Leipzig? I believe it's Leipzig. It might be Leipzig. I don't remember. Generally, with German, the trick is that you look at which is first, the I or the E, and the second letter is the one that you're making the sound of. So this is spelled like Leipzig, but it could just be Leipzig because languages aren't always consistent about their rules. Anyway, we'll let some passengers on. It's pronounced Leipzig? Okay. Neat. So yeah, this is an iced tea train. It's a high-speed passenger train that they run across big parts of Germany. Um, we can't really see it, but yeah, there's like a just a glass divider here between the driver and the actual like beginnings of the cab or the passenger cabs. So yeah, gonna make sure everything's kind of set up and good to go. Yep. All of the rail switching and stuff in here in this area is automatic, so I don't have to worry about any of that. Cool. We'll be all ready to go as soon as the train is loaded up. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. If I goof it up somehow, then I'm just going to keep on going. I'm not going to stress about it. Or, you know, this is a chill stream. I'm not going to like restart the scenario over and over and over trying to get it perfect. Goofy squirrel? What makes me so goofy? Why am I goofy squirrel? If you goop things up, you've been goofy? That's true. Funny pasta. Funny pasta. Wait, let's get funny pasta back on screen. Funny pasta. Gonna get up to 60 kilometers an hour here. Our signal is green, so we don't have to worry about stopping or nothing. Oh, the funny pasta. The funny pasta is real. Spryly made me funny pasta. I literally can barely remember the joke, but Spryly did make me a funny pasta image that they just sent me a few days or a couple of days ago, I think. I think they said that they made it earlier, but didn't actually, um, send it out after they made it, and then they had to leave their computer for a while because they were out of town. So yeah, it came a little bit later, but someone did their long haul homework. Oh, the horn on this train's less fun than the horn on the American trains. Alright, so we're going to have to make a stop in about 2.7 kilometers. Our signals are all green as far as I can tell. Alright, there's the Dresden Neustadt platform. I keep thinking about that meme of train conductors waving at each other as they drive past. I don't think I know the meme. Oh, I'm getting some frame drops. Those are not on the streaming end from the looks of it. Those are completely in-game frame drops, unfortunately. So there's not a lot I can do to fix that. Simulation games in general tend to not be super well optimized. This game is from like 2009 is the first version of this game. I think I slowed down a little bit too much, too fast, because I'm not super close to the platform. We'll just cruise right in there. Going a nice, sensible 40 kilometers an hour. You put the image in Discord of the meme? Let me take a look. Oh, that is a good image. Let's see if I can get set up to show that on stream on the fly here. Here we go. When the train drivers drive past each other. That's a good meme. I like this meme. We're just gently cruising on in here. Honk our horn a little. Now we'll put the brakes on. There we go. Beautiful. Then once we hit 0, I will open the doors. All right, now passengers can get on. Who do you think was the fashion designer for Train Simulator? I don't know. I think it was someone really good because these are definitely outfits. Like, this could be described as a look. And so could this. The headphones, the wavy hair, the green floral print, or like the teal floral printed dress. Oh, look at this. The peacoat with a belt in the middle. You love to see it. Half of the people on the platform are wearing headphones. Oh, gross. That means big or large. Das ist ein Grossburger. But why am I having so much trouble pronouncing things in German today? Das ist ein Grossburger. Burger, not burger. Burger means a completely different thing. Okay. Gotta get the train moving now. Gross. Indeed. Berger. Berger. Yeah, my mother's from Germany, so I know a little bit of German, not nearly as much as I feel like I should, because she spoke it a lot when I was growing up, and I visited Germany a lot when I was growing up. Um, Usually for about a month at a time, month or so at a time during summer vacation. So like, I feel like I should speak German, but I definitely don't, and it's really disconcerting to me to have like an immigrant parent and not even be able to speak her language, you know? Sorry, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I feel like the way I said that made it sound a whole lot worse than it was. Transgender. Hello. Vibri. 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 Because yeah, Vibribbon. It's so nice to see you. I've never, I don't think I've had you come in for a stream that I'm doing for quite a while. I mean, not on cable too, obviously. Oh, oh, she can't see me because there's an unskippable ad that's 30 seconds long. Oh, geez. Anyway, transgender. Transgender real. Oh, you are here? Yeah, ads on Twitch are getting worse, is basically the reason for that. Transgender real. I asked my German friend for the longest word they could think of off the top of their head. Regional Suchmaschinen für Skapitan Smutze. Smutze. Regional Maschinenführer Skap. Yeah, I fall apart right in the middle there. I'm not gonna try again. Well, I hope you're doing well. We are driving trains. Right now we're in Germany. Just some nice commuter rail. Pick up passengers from Raisa Platform 3, arriving at 1446. I love trying to pronounce words in languages I don't speak. I know what some of the words inside of this giant compound word mean. I'm just I'm just really bad at German. I know like just enough to be dangerous. Yeah, German has a lot of wacky compound words, like way longer than compound words get in English. And I think that rules, honestly. I love how long and weird German compound words can get. I thought I had a red light for a second there. I was going to panic. And I think I'm fancy for knowing anti-disestablishmentarianism. Yeah. Nope, the longest words in German dwarf the longest words in Does that mean a law that protects a regional train driver's right to wear a badge on their hat? I hope that's what it means. I hope someone's invented a specific compound word. That face when you go full speed into an occupied block section. Yeah. Thankfully, I think this is one of those ones where the blocks that I'm actually going to be traveling on are completely clear the whole way through. All I have to worry about is getting to the correct speed and stopping at the stations that it wants me to stop at. Language is so interesting. It's a really interesting topic. I wish I could muster up the passion to learn languages because they are really cool. Train is so interesting. I agree. I love Train. Train is so Train. You're so right. Love that for them. Train is them in this context. I also love that for them. Get a nice overhead shot here. Beautiful. We love they them trains. We love those they them trains genders. Got some fun graffiti. Very colorful. Transgender. Welcome to transgenderism. Transgender? I hardly know her. I don't know why that format of joke is always funny to me. I apologize that you all just had to hear the horrible popping noises that my fingers make sometimes. Locomotives made me trains. So true. So true. I'm yawning a lot this stream. The train really does have sleepy vibes. Autism? I hardly know him. That's pretty good too. I'm also getting a little sleepy, cutie XC. I always stutter when I'm trying to say your name. Gonna play a round of Atomic Crops to wake myself up. Hell yeah. I didn't make myself a coffee before this stream. I've just got water. I am playing a game that is very relaxing on a very nice route. I think it's a pretty cute route. Lots of fun little buildings and scenery and stuff. And I'm talking to my good friends at I'm talking to my good friends in the Cable 2 chat. I appreciate you all being here. I genuinely cannot stress how grateful I am that people show up to watch this every week. It really is really wonderful, and it makes me very happy. And I hope that I can inject a little happiness into your day as well. I love long haul, I love train. Thank you. I also love train. And I love long haul. I wish to live in that little hut in the middle of train tracks for the conductors to take little breaks between shifts. That would be a good place to live. Probably. Or in the middle of train yards, not train tracks. I got what you meant. I read it right in my head, but not out loud. I feel like right now I am at like the most mellow chill stream vibe I've ever been at for a long haul. This is just nice. Oh yeah, this train does have a cruise setting. I could actually set a thing to regulate the speed that it goes at without having to manually regulate the throttle. But I'm liking the amount of attention it takes for that. Oh, big yawns over here. Bigyawns.com. So it looks like we're looking like we're gonna get there. It's looking like we're gonna get to this next platform that we need to get to. Where's the button I'm looking for? There we go. A little bit ahead of schedule. We're ahead of schedule, which is always good. You have some little cubes and tea? Just brewed a fresh pot of coffee. Anyone want some coffee? I don't generally drink coffee from a pot. I usually do kind of single brew or single cup brews. I don't have any fancy coffee right now, which is a shame because I live in Seattle and there's a lot of really good coffee here. Um, you had your Glad Tidings blend tea this morning. That sounds lovely. What was that like? What goes into that? Were the tidings glad? This morning for me, I had two coffees last night. Um, well, I say last night. It was technically the morning, but I stay up very late and get up very late also. I kind of live my life on a at the moment at least. Um, I'm spacing out. I literally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I generally live on sort of a graveyard shift schedule at the moment. I keep trying to fix that. It's kind of unpleasant not being able to talk to half of the people I know regularly because they are asleep when I'm awake and awake when I'm asleep. But I make it work, you know. The wonderful thing about a coffee pot brewer is you don't have to put the whole like 4 cups in there. I only drink sleepy time tea with that fucking bear on the box. About to be me for real. I was certainly glad for the tidings. I have no clue what's in the blend, but it's from my favorite tea house. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you had got to have some cool delicious coffee or tea, not coffee. Sorry, we're going back and forth between coffee talk and tea talk. The thing about coffee pot brewers, yeah, like here's the thing. I don't really like drip coffee. I think it's kind of bad. I've had a couple pour overs, which is pretty similar to drip coffee, but it's just not the same, you know. It just doesn't taste the same. I use an Aeropress most days. I would like to get a like a Hario V60 to do pour over with, or something along those lines. I think that would be nice. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into coffee pot brewers. You know, if I'm in a pinch, I'm sure I could use one, but I don't even have one of those in the house. I don't have anything fancy like that. Well, I mean, pour over brewers and Aeropresses are only like $30 each. Like they cost about the same as a coffee pot, but if you want to make coffee for multiple people, it's not as convenient because you know you're talking about these are single cup brewers for the most part, unless you're using what's it called? Unless you're using a like a Chemex, CHEMX, or I think it's CHEMEX. That's a kind of a classic pour over coffee brewer that is made to serve multiple people. Anyway, all that is to say, a lot of fancy coffee gear is like way less expensive than you think it would be. Sometimes I use a percolator. Percolators have their problems. Um, I don't like percolators that much, both like mechanically speaking, in terms of how you use them, and also just flavor wise. I don't think they make coffee that tastes super good. But you know, everyone has their preference. Some people only drink espresso. I drink regular coffee. Like I don't need a fancy $500 machine to make a coffee for me. I can just use normal coffee and use a normal amount of pressure instead of putting it under 9 bars of pressure. Like the way that espresso is made is so wild when you think about it. Like it's become so normalized, but like that machine puts puts out so much pressure. An espresso machine puts out so much pressure. It is wild. Percolators take the coffee that's already been brewed and pours it over the beans again. Yeah. It also burns it a bit if you don't keep the heat under control. That's kind of normal for every kind of coffee, though. To be fair, a coffee pot brewer, if you keep the coffee pot on the hot plate, will burn your coffee. Like that happens with several types of brewer. Coffee seems so complicated from the outside. I mean, it's similarly complicated to tea, I would say. It's just that a lot of when it comes to coffee, a lot of the complexity comes in how you brew it. Whereas with tea, I think most brewing methods are very similar. Um, but the tea itself is more complicated, in my opinion, at least than coffee tends to be. Like if you're getting into like the specifics of coffee blends and stuff, at that point you're completely trapped in the coffee hole forever. With tea, it's just like it's either too strong or too weak. Thinking of taking a tea infuser and making some cold brew overnight.
Awoo!
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 Awoo! Thank you for the awoo. Um, with tea, it's either too strong or too weak. Yeah, like a lot of the complexity of tea comes before it ever makes it to the consumer, I would say. Um, Whereas when it comes to coffee, there's a whole lot to think about. There's, what kind of beans that the blend is using, the source of the beans, because single source coffee tends to be favored because it means that the flavor's more consistent or something, rather than having the beans come from multiple places. Um, then there's the level of roast to think about. Like a light roast, dark roast, medium roast kind of situation. Those will have a significant impact on the flavor of the coffee. And if you're really wild, you can buy the beans yourself and do the roasting yourself at home. Some people do that, and that is truly wild to me. That is an enthusiast level that I will never ever approach. There's an equal amount of complexity pre-purchase for coffee, as I'm attesting to. Yeah, that's fair. I think the thing that's interesting to me about coffee is that when it comes to coffee, like it's very, what's the word? Like it can be very simple, but you can make it complicated. And when it comes to like your different coffees, you can get like very wildly different flavor profiles out of the same beans by brewing them differently. And I think that's interesting. Hello, Floofy Maki. Trains gender. Trains dot gender. I have not derailed the train yet. I'm a good train driver. The first train that we did was a little rough. I went from Baltimore to Washington D.C. and we had some problems, but nothing that was dangerous to anyone. Just made the train a little late. That's all. Um, but in this case, nothing's gone wrong. We're just having a nice, beautiful little train ride down the German countryside. You absolutely can derail in this game, yeah. Is it fitting a neurodivergent trans girl, is here? JK, I'm more a fan of old trains. I mean, I'm a neurodivergent non-binary person, a neurodivergent AMAB non-binary person, and also, I don't consider myself human. You're in good company of neurodivergent trans women. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You are in excellent company. It's okay to be a stereotype here because I too am a stereotype here. This game does have older trains though. It's got steam trains in it. I don't know how to drive steam trains. Like they're pretty complicated to get moving at faster than like 20 miles an hour. Um, like I know how to open up the reverser and the regulator to get the train going, but yeah. We are plural, we stay silly, we stay wild, we stay loud, we stay proud. Hell yeah. Alright, we're gonna start to break here. Oh. It did the thing again. See, now we've done a bunch of speeding. That's so rude. It did the same thing that the Washington one was doing, where it like sets that speed limit way in advance of where it says it's supposed to be set. I'm weirded out by that. I wonder if that's a game glitch. Like if it's just not showing it properly on the thingy, on the display. All right, we slow way down. Yeah, I mean, I too am plural. Um, I'm a plushie. Um, which is kind of like furries, but I'm like a stuffed toy. And honestly, the one that you're seeing on screen right now, not even my final form. I'm currently getting new art that isn't drawn by me because I think I'm okay at art, but obviously, that leaves something to be desired, since, as you can see from the picture on your screens. All right, we got the doors open, so people can get on the train. Here, let me pull up what I actually look like. There I am. That's what I actually look like in real. And I've got a harmonica, which you can see in the bottom right corner of that image. I can just kind of go like no, Vivri got caught up in another ad. I'll turn the ref sheet thing off. Where's the pasta? It's funny pasta. Funny pasta right here. Um but yeah, I'm a plushie. I'm a plushie in real. I do not consider myself human. I've never really considered myself human since elementary school. Um, and I only just in the last like 4 or 5 years have learned that like that's just a thing that's fine. You can just do that. Isn't that wild? That you can just do that? I can just kind of like do a little harmonica action. Anyway, sorry, I missed a lot of what you said, Maki. I got distracted. Although I keep feeling a kitsune in my system, ears and tails, and they feel like mine, and even more interesting when she walked with our body's toes. I know what Kit looks like. She's quite the beautiful kitsune. She's formed in a powerful hallucination that saved my life, I feel. Not to alienate anyone in the audience, but Vanilla Humanity is kind of cringe IMO. Absolutely. Yes to alienate people in the audience. Just kidding, just kidding. Humans are welcome here, but it is cringe. What scale is this harmonica? It's a C. It's a C major. I'm embracing being demonic, TBH. It's nice. The harmonica makes me feel like I'm riding the old rail. That's exactly what I was going for. I should learn more songs and like more of how to improvise on harmonica, because like I can improvise a little bit, but it didn't sound that good. Train. Welcome back to train. There was another train. We passed another train. That happens sometimes when you're a train. C major? I hardly know. Oh, goodness me. All right. So we're just gonna have to kind of cruise here. So
AFB. AFB.
we're gonna set that to 140. Actually, maybe 150. No, not 180. Please. Oh, it's so finicky. There we go. 150. And that way it'll just automatically dethrottle when we get close to 150. And now we can just kind of chill. We've got about based on the ETA, looks like about 28 minutes to our destination. How does one shed their mortal coil and form and evolve into an entity of pure conscious energy? Kind of tiring being human. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows, and I wish I did. I'm realizing that we're sort of approaching the end of my allotted time here. Oh, I have been saying things. I'm sorry. I had myself muted for some reason. I think I started coughing. I had like a coughing fit and forgot to turn the mic on afterwards. Oopsie. Like I keep saying, it wouldn't be the long haul if we didn't have audio issues. This is fully the truth I believe. The long haul is all about having audio issues. What I was saying is that getting popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth sucks, but it is a great snack. So my opinion on snack for Temmie is that you should have popcorn, but only if you're gonna floss right after. If you don't want to floss right after, like immediately after you finish your popcorn, you should have cereal. That's my hot take. Coffee fit. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of coffee available. I kind of love when food gets stuck and I find it like an hour later. That kind of thing, honestly, John, that kind of thing like really skeeves me out personally because I am autistic, and some of the ways that that manifests for me is that having things in places that I don't want them to be is very distressing. I love popcorn though. It's worth it for popcorn. Sometimes I make pepcorn, which is a popcorn recipe that Brian David Gilbert came up with and put in one of his videos, and it is delicious. Oh, it's absolutely delightful. You sort of make popcorn as normal in a wok instead of in a like a pan or anything. And a wok works great anyway. Like a wok is just a good device to put to make popcorn in. But then you get some Laugon Ma spicy chili crisp, and you sort of squeeze all of the oil out of the spicy chili crisp and into your cooking oil for the popcorn. Stir that all up with a little bit of finely ground salt, um, and then pop it in the wok. And then you add the crispy bits that you squeezed the oil out of earlier back into the popcorn at the end. And frankly, it is delicious. What I'm thinking about is that popcorn might smell too strong for my household, but cereal makes me very cold and I don't want to put on pants. Oh, that's fair. This is a real dilemma. Mix Pilk in the cooking oil. Don't do that. I don't want to think about all the things that people put Pepsi in. It's really weird how we have to remember to switch back to plural pronouns, or we get stuck on singular when the host, when I, the host, refer to myself usually. A little disorienting, but hey, we need to use plural pronouns more because it seems to draw our system closer. Yeah, I find that acknowledging your system like as part of your whole unit. I'm not what you would call a host. We kind of share the load. We sort of share the work and the everything equally. So I wouldn't say that I'm the host, but I am the one most often at front. But when I was kind of the only one operating, just acknowledging and using using plural pronouns to refer to us as a whole and whatnot, did make everyone happier. Okay, the auto thing got set back to 160. So we're going to wind that back. We're going to brake a little bit, because that means that we are coming up soon on a speed decrease. Okay. Why are you speeding back up? I set the cruise to 160. Oh, also this useful little display here in the center of the speedometer and whatnot tells me how close I am to the speed change. That's part of that whole automated system. Well, I guess I've got to drive manually for a bit because it doesn't seem like the cruise selection is doing what it's supposed to. I put garlic powder, some ginger powder, and some paprika and salt. That's a good mix for popcorn, I think. Love me a little garlic powder, and a little bit of ginger. Um, You know what's pretty good if you do a butter popcorn? If you want like a really good butter popcorn that doesn't get soggy from the butter, is you cook it in a ghee or a clarified butter. Um, it doesn't make the popcorn soggy in the same way. So you basically melt enough in your cooking pan pot for of your clarified butter for the popcorn that you're making, and that's what you cook it all in. And then you set some aside and you melt that down too, so that you pour that over the top afterwards. So you cook it in ghee, and then at the end, and here's the trick. Here's the thing that makes it really tasty for me. Obviously, you add salt and stuff, the normal. Um, but what you do at the end is after it's all popped, you pour a little turmeric on top and get that all shaken up into your popcorn, and it is delicious. It is wonderful. Don't worry, Maki. While some of us don't understand what you're going through, we're here for you. Yeah, we absolutely are here for you. It's what community's all about, you know? Um, for the past 2 years, it's been difficult. System formed and we've had a mental block flesh fog that's only allowed simple interactions in the rare co-fronting. So I, the host, have always so far always fronted. Although a week or so ago we had a dissociation that spontaneously allowed us to use plural pronouns, and suddenly stuff is developing, more co-fronting, more some easier communication. Been hanging out in plural community stream chats, and it's helping great since it allows us to use plural pronouns more often. That's wonderful. I, it's usually not good. Like I normally wouldn't congratulate someone on having a dissociative episode, but like, it sounds like it helped. um, it sounds like it helped, and I'm glad to hear that. Um, Also, we're more invested in popcorn than you are, QDXC. Honestly, like once you start making your own popcorn and like putting fun little spices and stuff in it, oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Absolutely a joy to spice your own popcorn and make it yourself rather than just doing microwave or like one of those pre put together stovetop popcorns. Um, but yeah, if you're into butter popcorn and you make your own popcorn on the stove, highly recommend using Key. You can find it in a lot of stores, especially like international stores in the U.S. By looking for Ghee. That's spelled Ghee. Or you can make your own clarified butter, which I don't know how to do offhand. It's probably not that hard. I think it's a very similar process to making brown butter, and I do that a lot for baking. So I can't imagine it's difficult to do. But it's great. It is so good for popcorn. It comes out wonderfully every time. The kitchen is a scary place. It can be. It can be for sure. Um, I had to kind of learn to get over my fear of the kitchen because really honestly what helped is that I wanted to start making um, I wanted to start making challah bread for Shabbat, which I haven't done in a while, sadly. But I wanted to have challah, and I didn't want to have to go to the very nice Jewish bakery that I found in Seattle, which wonderful place, very far away from me, difficult to get to, you know. I didn't want to have to go there every single week, so I decided to try to learn how to make challah. Um, and learning how to do that really made me less afraid of cooking and making stuff in the kitchen. I know baking and cooking aren't exactly the same thing, but it helped me with both. It really increased my confidence to be able to make good bread on my own. When I usually dissociated, it was like me blanking out. Still happens randomly. So the dissociation when when relating to system is a lot more different. It feels better and such for us, where we can feel each other co-fronting suddenly, feeling the system developing as some new sensory input. Well, that's good. I don't know what exactly to say, but I've shared some of these kinds of experiences, and I am really, really glad that y'all are figuring things out. I'm very, very happy for you. Trying to figure out where the acknowledgement button is in this cab. I don't know. Nothing seems to move when I hit the button on my keyboard. Wait, no, it's 1 a.m. for me. Popcorn was a mistake. It's too late now. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Love to cook, but hot surfaces don't play nice with you. Yeah. Yeah. You're, maybe a little bit accident prone. um, yeah. I worry about you sometimes because you seem to be very accident prone.
RFB. RFB.
There we go. Okay, now the automated cruise is working again. You haven't had a major injury in forever. I know, but it happened so often when we first got together. It was scary. It was scary. It was spooky. I feared for you. Was born a klutz, and sometimes our hand just relaxes and almost sort of throws stuff. Mm. You haven't had a lot of work. That's unfortunate. Also got door breaking hips and surprised our hips aren't bruised 24/7. Yeah. Very owl run into everything. We do a lot of running into things, but it's mostly because we get randomly lightheaded. Like we just get dizzy spells out of nowhere. Um, and a lot of the time I end up like clinging to the partner that I live with, Tia. I just like cling to her shoulder and she guides me over to a place to sit because I'm just so dizzy out of nowhere. I just constantly have this low level lightheaded dizziness. And then occasionally it just gets really bad. Usually only if I'm standing. It's probably some kind of blood pressure issue. Um, yeah. Constantly doing the Smash Bros. Peach side B into the door to open it. I had to get my anti-androgen switch because of low blood pressure. Yeah, I have heard of some people having to do that. Like, what other option is there in the U.S.? Are you? I don't know if you're in the U.S. or not, QDXC, but like, the reason they do Spyro is because most of the other ones are basically illegal to give to AMAB people, um, or to be used for that specific purpose because it's off-label purposes. Finasteride, interesting. Yeah, I've been on Spyro forever, so I'm kind of used to it by now. I don't I I still did get dizzy spells like this before I was on Spyro. But you know, that was like almost 10 years ago now. It's been a long time that I've been on Spyro. Okay.
RFB. RFB.
I'll get that set to 80 because it's telling me to decrease my speed to 80. I think we just kind of keep on cruising along at this speed for a minute. And we're still about 10 minutes away from our final destination. We just went to Planned Parenthood today and we're returning to our previous Spyro dose. We also might cut off entirely as we should have enough estrogen intake levels for our estradiol patches to naturally block testosterone. That's cool. I've never heard of that being a thing. That's really sweet. I hope that works out for you. The less, like, in my opinion, the less pills the better. I'm kind of freaked out by medication, and that's great that I'm freaked out by medication because that's my, you know, container of many, many meds that I take every single day. I take a total of like 15 pills every day for all of my stuff I have going on. If I think too much about my dosages, I'll make myself sad. Oh no. Definitely don't make yourself sad. Grabbing pills. I haven't heard that one in a minute. Gosh, Left 4 Dead was a good game. Still trying to find that button. If we cut off Spyro, we're just on estradiol and progesterone. That's cool. I wish they still made good games. Yeah. I was so disappointed to hear that Back 4 Blood is just not very good. Like I was kind of heartbroken when I was told that it's just kind of a mess instead of just being, you know, let's do Left 4 Dead again. It was a really good game then and it's still a really good game now. Let's do it again. And I realized that maybe just doing the same kind of thing a third time isn't as creatively satisfying to the people making the game, so I don't want to like rag on them or anything. But like the kind of, I think the corporate mandates came down and kind of ruined what Back 4 Blood could have been. Went back on progesterone this year and I'm hoping it'll do something this time. I've never really gotten much benefit out of progesterone, personally. Cost me almost as much as the rest of my monthly medication bill combined. Oof. That's really rough. I'm sorry to hear that. Thinking about asking to get on progesterone, but I need to see if insurance will cover it first. Yeah. Insurance. The American insurance system, my beloved. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about 5 minutes out from our final destination. Be prepared to pack your bags, or to get your bags and depart the train. I don't know how to say that in German. Otherwise I would have. I've been on HRT for 6 years now, and I don't have the results that I've been wanting. Yeah, I know the feeling. It did a lot for me early on, but over time, you know, it just got a little bit less and less pronounced effects. I still get SIRD all the time. It doesn't help that I'm very tall and I'm pretty fat. I'm comfortable with how fat I am. I just wish that being fat didn't make it more obvious that I'm not trans, or that I'm not cis. And honestly, these days, it isn't even that, like, I mind being sirred and stuff like that. I just want people to recognize me as me, you know? It really comes down to that. The main reason Left 4 Dead 3 failed, even though it was fairly far along in development and seemed to be pretty good in terms of rumors, was because half the team suddenly went, "Fuck Source 2, we want Unreal Engine. We want Unreal Engine for no damn reason," and it just fell apart. Huh. I hadn't heard that. Gonna start really slowing down here. Whoops. I think I just... No. Signals on German railways that are to be paid attention to are on the right. I did not just go through a signal. A red signal. Yellow light means speed down to 40, though. Using any pronouns doesn't like mean you only use just one set. More like, please call me sir and she/they in the same breath. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly how I feel about it. It's just hard sometimes, you know? It's hard to deal with, despite the fact that I'm comfortable with that. It's hard to think of myself as someone that people look at and they are confident that they know what gender I am. Yeah, I don't want them to know what gender I am. Alright, they're not going to let me pass it at danger. We're going to have to wait for it to turn green. Oh, there we go. Yellow light. I can go now. Yeah, not to talk about myself too much, just the pronouns thing is so tough, you know? It's such a mess. Like, I want to be called by any pronouns, and I want people to not just pick one and stick with it. I'm tired of being they them all the time. Like, there's a person in my house who will sometimes call me they them pronoun, or sometimes call me like she her, and then go, "Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I meant they." And it's like, please don't do that. Please just call me different pronouns. You can't see me, but I like flailing my hands. Like, it's so tiring, and it's so hard to explain to a cis person. I didn't really change weight at all when I started on patches, which is good. I'm glad that I didn't start gaining more weight, because while I am comfortable being fat, there's a certain line for me. I would like the entire train to be inside of the station. So I'm going to just keep pulling forward here instead of stopping and being sensible.
I
want joke.
Oh, joke. Maybe we should change the subject. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I mean, we're just about done with the stream here anyhow. We're wrapping up. Once this train is done, we're gonna kind of call it a night, so. I hope everyone at home is a-wooing. You deserve to a-woo your worries away. You're so right. sorry for dwelling on the subject.
Ancient free orange.
And sorry to anyone who's maybe cis, and a singlet, and also maybe, what's the word? And also maybe like human. Like I said, you're allowed.
Art is science.
Art is science.
Science
Science is art.
is art. Art is doctor. Doctor is scientist.
Neurotypical too. Yeah, I completely forgot about neurotypical in my reckoning there. But yeah, like I'm sorry if that really got away from me there. Good work, driver. You've reached the end of your shift, and another driver will take over the run to Weisbaden HBF. Completed the scenario successfully. I don't think anyone who watches Train Simulator streams is cis. You would probably be surprised. Alright, I think we maybe got the gold rank there. Why did the settings open? I think maybe the gold rank might be 900, actually. For some reason, this bar doesn't work to tell us what rank I got. But I did get an achievement for getting over 700 points. Yeah, that was a silver. Okay. So that wasn't quite a gold. Mostly because I accidentally was speeding that one time we were passing by a station. But yeah. This has been a nice stream, I think. I'm sorry it got a little sad towards the end. Let's just here, let's see if I can pull up like a castle class. And we'll hop onto the Riviera line. I'll just pick 2 random stations and hit start. Love him or hate him, Shiv always gets the trains running on time. Please don't make fascism jokes about me. Daisy, I love you dearly, but please don't make fascism jokes about me. To be clear, we are ending the stream. I just figured I'd pull up a nice Steam train for everyone to look at. Oh wait, gotta actually like unapply the brakes. All right, got a nice steam locomotive here. I was looking for this camera. Who could hate that plushy face? That's so true. It's okay. It's okay, Daisy. I just that line is about Mussolini. Like, that is a fascism joke. Like it or not, unfortunately, that is a fascism joke. Don't love the way the whistle sounds on this train. God, I love how the vent even, like, puts out the smoke, not constantly, like it stops with the chugs. It's 1 a.m. and I'm not thinking clearly. That's totally okay. like I said, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. We can talk about it later if you want to. But yeah, this has been the long haul. I hope you all have had a good time. I know we got a little sad towards the end there, a little melancholy, but you know, I like these streams. I like that we can be honest and talk to each other and stuff. And you know, if you're a plural, neurodiverse, alterhuman, then you are welcome here. Because I'm a plural, neurodiverse, alterhuman. And I think that's really cool. I think that's cool that we can be open and honest about that with the Cable 2 crew and everything. It's just really wonderful. Really, really wonderful place. This train does not have a bell. The train does not have a bell, sadly. Thank you, Cable 2. Thank you all for coming. Choo choo. We're just gonna watch the train as we go out. Shout out to Cable 2, yeah. Actually, while we're just watching the train, I'm just gonna really quickly see if anyone that I like is streaming, and we can maybe raid someone. I've never actually raided from Cable 2 before. Oh, my friend Willow is streaming. Yeah, let's see if I have the permissions to do a raid. There we go. Willow is also very accepting of trans people, plural people. What should we say during the raid? You can say, we could just say choo choo. Just say choo choo during the raid. So yeah, when we're gonna get going here, I'm just gonna go to my end card and mute myself, and then we'll cut over shortly. I almost forgot the thing that I always say at the end. Bye! I don't know if I always say that. I think I said it last week, though. Bye!